Greetings, ladies and gentlemen players. It's another wonderful Friday this May of 2023, making it a wonderful day for basics. And I am over here in my premiere because apparently my intro didn't record the first time. So I'll be slapping that on here. Essentially what we did today is pretty straightforward. This is a game where I set out trying to play for influence, but unfortunately my opponent, well, gosh darn it, he wanted to play for influence too, which was rude because that's what I wanted to do. But there were a few ways in which I could still use influence and a few ways in which I could not, and I had to adjust between the two. I did make a bit of an oopsies in the lower right hand corner, so you can look forward to that. You can see if you can spot the mistake as it's brewing. But overall, I thought it was a pretty decent game on what happens if you set down to play something and you just aren't quite able to get it for whatever reason. Go is, after all, a game played between two people. As much as we would like to be in full control of everything all the time, our opponents do have a say in what kind of game is also played, and that's not always going to align with the kind of game that you want to play. That's just the nature of a game played with multiple people. So overall, I think I liked it. I think you'll like it too. Enjoy.
Spiel gestartet.
Alright, got ourselves a game. You know the drill. We are trying to go for an influential game. We're playing a 20-minute game. I'm now using auto match to get my games because I have been getting botted lately by the grumpy people of Reddit, apparently. They're trying to intercept my games and like bot me when I'm recording or streaming. That's a lot of effort. But they don't know when I'm auto matching, so eat it. Alright, so we're going for influence. Now, despite the fact that I want to play an influential game, the fact that he is approaching high makes my position a little bit awkward, let's just say. So we are going for territory despite that. Now, one important thing about Go is just because you open up one way doesn't mean you are actually going to stay one way. Like, you could do something, and then if another option presents itself, we can go ahead and embrace that option. Now here, I think I said I do the connection in basics, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. We'll go ahead and connect. We'll go ahead and connect. I'm not doing any kind of I'm not doing any kind of weird, crazy avalanche Chiseki sequences or whatever. Now, one thing that they probably aren't aware of is I can probably do like this one into this one and over-concentrate this, but for now, let's just go ahead and chill. Oh, and get my pen out. Hello, pen. Pen, sir. Oh, there you are. This is a mistake. Do not push unless you're going to cut. You're not going to cut. Therefore, this is only getting rid of one of your liberties. It is no good. Okay, so my opponent is trying to have influence, but I can turn and get influence as well. Quite possibly. So let's go ahead and do something like... no, opening theory. Opening theory. I want to play for influence. I might not be able to. It's okay. We're hardcore playing for influence. No, really, I assure you. Look at all my second and third line. As white, it's tough. What can I say? If black really, really wants influence, like, what am I going to do about it? I keep myself open to the possibility, but right now I can only play, you know, the things that I'm seeing. I can't force a game. I mean, there are a few ways to force a game. I could... Okay, I can't click. Never mind. I was saying I could have... Okay! Possibility! You see? You see, there's always an option. Okay, there's always an option. Now, for influential play here, I will absolutely need Sente. So I'm going to deviate for what I'm normally do. So I can take Sente and keep growing the left out into the middle. Can't believe you 3... Why would you 3-3 on this board? He's trying to develop the influence. Why would you 3-3? That is crazy. The weird things that opening theory is going through right now are insane. 10 years ago, there's no way an influential opening like this would be like, all right, and now we give all the influence to the opponent by 3-3ing them. Like, no, you'd be expanding. Or like, it's weird. You want to kill someone? That's probably gonna get me on a list one of these days. So here, he's trying to do something, right? Now, I could ignore him and keep building. Opening theory. This is open. But the problem is, if he like gets on a move here to attack me, I'm kind of awkward. So I will do one cap for security. For security. Also, because I've got strong in the middle, and he didn't defend this, we could also play like a move. Oh, I don't know. Let's just put it here for representational purposes. No, I don't like it because the tiger mouth would kind of hurt it. Maybe a pincer just over in here. Maybe a pincer over in here because this wall is not a strong wall right now. I've got head and tail of it, surrounded by my stones. It's got a cutting point, 4 liberties, no discernible shape. We can pincer it. I'll probably be playing here first because again, opening theory is good. Do corner, side, center. So we want to do the corner first. Corner first is fantabulous. I'm being attached to for some reason. Don't really know why. Okay. Ruinous shape. Forcing move. I want to play over here, but I can't ignore urgent before big. Now, I could play again away, but then he gets to connect up and I lose my attack. So we're also going to play this one. And we're going to go and defend here, because shape matters. Now, the benefit to how this game is actually going right now is we are picking up some territory here. We are getting some influence in the center again. So I can see, like, maybe this area building here. Right? I could tarry down into here. I have to be careful because there into there gets this one, right? But we still play here into, like, literally here, and then we're fine. So... I don't know, I'll just tarry down, I guess. Can't really find a variation that doesn't work out for me. And strongify my position. Alright, so here is where things get a little weird. Because if I drop down again, he plays the Hane, I block, he kills me. In Gote. It's not really the problem he thinks it is. But for the sake of, this game, let's just not let him kill my stones. Let's just go ahead and play here, I guess. Here. Does it matter? Probably doesn't matter, right? Yeah, we'll play here. Remove Liberty, because we're gonna give it a capture race. If you wanted to play here, I can't. When I use auto match, I can't show variations. That's the problem now. I love putting up my own game requests so I can show variations of the game. So you guys can follow along. That's one of the benefits of recording on OGS. Why every teacher would want to record on OGS is because we can show variations. But unfortunately I took that away. So it lost one of its benefits. Unfortunate. Anyway, imagine a stone here, and I'm going to help you do it because even though they don't want me to, I don't care. There, you can imagine the stone right there, right? I'm explaining things. Go away. If you played here, you still protect the cutting point, right? So you're still fine. If you play here, same thing. You're still fine. We're making sure these stones don't die. That's all we're doing. So, wait, what happened? Back to game, thank you. So we played here. Now, obviously, this is not a good thing. You do not want to invite your opponent to cut you. What that is. Like, he forced me to peep his cutting point and gave me Sentei, essentially, is what he just did. So, those stones are dead. They're just dead. There's nothing they can do. So it's just not a good idea. Now, you could say, he didn't have to do that. You're right. You could be like, he could have played this. You're right, he could have. No, yeah, you're right, he could have. And then we would have played here. And then he would play here. And then I would play here. Excuse me, again, rude. I was explaining things. There we go. So you can see that, right? And now if he was to play there now, there's a Hane, which we would have gone ahead and cut, and then he'd still be dead, right? So he couldn't play that. He couldn't play that. Couldn't play that. So instead of this one into this one, he would have to play this one, at which point he's had a little teeny tiny bit of a problem, because after he plays there and comes out again, then we get to go back and turn, which would be Sentei against this group. Okay. Glad we're all on the same page now. The Atari was a mistake because now he's going to lose Sentei when he connects. And then we go and expand again. So now we're back onto expanding. We're kind of playing this weird... He's doing that again. That's weird. He's got this kind of strange territorial influential game going on right now. Like, there's some territory here. The influence is minimal. He's got some influence here, but he's not defending any of it. So none of this is points right now. Like, right now, if you wanted to as white, you could go nuts and play anything you wanted up in here. Like, right now, if you're just like looking for big moves to play, this could live. Like, this move, like I said, is alive. This move is alive. That cutting point is possible. So none of this is really territory. Now, which order do you start in to attack these things? You would start over here, because this is most severe, right? This is against this. So there's a chance that you'll keep Sentei from attacking this and get the other one too, right? Because there's very, very likely possibility that they will defend themselves. At some point, they'll be alive, but you might not have to answer them being alive. Go ahead and connect. I don't see a reason not to. He needs to build or not. That's fine too. So right now, we just go ahead and cut. Because why not? He can't Atari me down or up. He has to Atari over. And then we're going to Atari him back, and he's going to take, and then we're going to Atari him again. Then we're going to jump over. Or maybe not. We might connect. We might connect. That's fine too. Yeah, that Hane wasn't good. That Hane wasn't good. Gave me a free Atari, lowered him to 3 liberties. My turn, lowered him to 2 liberties. This is going to be a rough variation no matter how he plays it. Hane because, well, yeah. You can tire me over. But this is getting ugly. Oh, snap back, bro. Tell you what. If you give me what I'm supposed to have here, I won't take it. You're supposed to Atari me over and then connect. If you do that right now, we can go back into the right variation. Right? This was supposed to have been an Atari into a connect for no snapback. So I'm pushing him into the variation that we were supposed to have. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. That's pretty much what it was. And then we'll go ahead and kill off those 2 stones. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. That go underneath. That cut still works. Surrounding here works. That is unfortunately Gote, because again, cut points are not a problem. He can play here, but if he plays there, he dies, so it's fine. Means we surround. A vigilant understanding of Sentei. Always be on the lookout for if we have it or not. Super important. We got to surround him. And now this game is pretty much over at this point. The reason being is because this top is stupidly large on points. The right is getting to be stupidly large on points. I have no weak groups on the board to speak of. His territory is this bottom right-hand corner. A little bit on the bottom here too. Bottom left, that's respectable. And I still have the cut here to further in smallify all the things. Go ahead and just turn. Okie dokie. Out we go. You know, I'm going to make sure this is fine. Because the cut there goes into a ladder now, which is kind of nice. Because bop, bop, bop. Yeah, bop, 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 bop. That would actually be a bad idea. That would be an Atari at my 1 stone. Never mind. We'll find a new variation. Don't worry. Make sure he can't do this because he did over here. So you know he's looking to do it over here too. And we're allowed to completely play passively like this because we already know where his points are. Bad move. That is a co-threat at worst. We could actually go into a full-on pincer on top of the board because this group is not connected to anything and neither is this one. And this one doesn't even have a solid base yet, so they're both classified as weak groups. Third weak group, of course, is right here. So he wants me to give up the bottom. Sure, you can have it. I don't mind. Take it. It's all yours. You want that too? Oh, you. Fine. You drive a hard bargain, sir, but okay. This Atari kills these 2 stones. And now that's mine. Thank you. Bum, bum, bum. I think it's fine. Shouldn't be a problem. I say shouldn't be a problem. But is it? It could be. We do not know. Could be very big problem. Cutting point could be an issue. Cutting point could be an issue. Yeah, that's the one I was referring to. Thanks. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. There's some like sketch stuff, but it's okay, I think. Leave me alone. I command you to be gone. Leave me alone, fool, or I will kill you. I hope. But it would be embarrassing if I do not. Be gone, this is my area. I have killed your stones. That is the agreement that we have reached. There will be no negotiation. Okay. I could play here, let him kill those, Atari him, fix my shape, and then do the thing. But I think we're okay. Okay. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Why would you suggest that I'm worried? That's just weird. You shouldn't suggest that. I command you to stop trying to murder me, for it is very rude. Begone, fool! This is for the game, you see. I am showing a lesson. Oh god. Okay, he's maximizing his liberty count. I think he's got to play here. And I do have, like, the underneath thing. I think he gets one eye and not two. If he lives here, I'm murdering the entire top of the board. My vengeance will be sweet and everlasting. You know not what you have awakened. Can you believe comments like that are what have actually, like, people take those kind of comments, like, seriously, apparently. I've learned this past couple of weeks. And they think that's, like, I don't know, some kind of weird, serious stuff. It's like, man, you don't like your opponent. Like, what? How do you know that? Like, I heard you. It's like, what? Are you nuts? I think I'm in trouble. This is a problem. Okay, I think we can play here first. Go ahead and play here. Grab this one, go to Co. I think it'll be fine. I have some Co fretters. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's okay. Barely, but I think it's okay. He has to be careful of his corner. Going all in. He is gonna go all in. Interesting. Well, alright. I guess this is going larger then. I'm going to use these moves for forcing moves in a minute. Oh, no, 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 no. We are going after the corner. Okay. Does that do a thing? I don't think so. I think we just drop down here and then we're fine. Bum, 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 bum. Because these levers don't matter. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to capture. Right now, clamp kills, drop down 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 to 5, my turn. I think I win. Or he captures this and I wrap around on the outside. That's fine too. And just live in the corner. Expensive this and attack the top. That would be fine too. Ah, this was supposed to be simple. It was a simple game, sir. That was the idea. Fine. Deal. I accept your deal, sir. I accept your deal. Because, yeah, I'm pretty sure he couldn't, like, play here and allow me to drop down. Because then I drop down 2. He does something, and then we've just got too many liberties, and he dies on the inside. Now, for trying to kill me, I will be attempting to murder him. Yeah, yeah, I'm not happy about that. I had a really good, I had a really good lesson going here until, like, that happened. Unforch. Look, the lesson is still fine, okay? Just because we had to kill him, that just means I'm stupid and I made some bad shapes here. And we'll review that at the end, why my shape sucked and how I should have defended it. We'll go ahead and review that. Do I need that? I don't think I do. I don't think he needed this one either. Because if I play here, he played there. And I'm pretty sure that was me. No, it actually wasn't. Because then, you're right, it wasn't. Well, now I feel bad. I said I was going to murder him. But I kind of really don't want to. I said we would. Influence is used to attack. If I don't use my influence to attack, I am not using my influence properly. Actual true statement. Very well. Actual true statement. Go on Hane. If he cuts, we can cut him right back. If he cuts us back again, we'll just keep going. He can play here. We'll connect if he goes over. We'll Atari again, then Hane there. Because then we can go ahead and slice him. If he Ataris me, we go up. Because we can do this one or kill that one. Yeah, you can see the whole top here is getting destroyed. Because, unfortunately, K17 needed defense. But he just never played the defense. Which means... Well, means this. Can play here, because if he plays this one, he immediately gets Atari'd. If he connects, which I'm assuming he will do... Now, I'm going to take a second here, and I'm going to let you players out there try to read the right order of moves here. There's a lot of Aji, but do you see what to do about the Aji? Do you know what to do? It can be kind of tricksy. Little tricksy. Might be looking at this and saying to yourself, yeah, you play here first. You don't, actually. You cut. Because if you cut here and extend, he can't hunt it because he dies. Oh, well, that's not what I thought was going to happen. So, I was anticipating a connection here. And then we Atari, because now it's a double Atari, into an Atari, and then you take. So that's what we were expecting there. Making this part live in exchange for these guys. That would have been pretty nice. Ah, well, this is fine too. I think this is a little bit better for me because this is a lot of stones getting killed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus some corner stuff. I think just getting rid of the 4 here is probably better. There's no cutting point here, so I can ignore that. Forcing moves are pretty good. Make sure he can't sacrifice to capture the 2. Don't think we could have ever attacked this because of the thing. Man, that would have been an embarrassing way to end this game after I like forgave the snapback on the left-hand side and kind of pushed him back to where he was supposed to be. Because that snapback would have been like a game ogre. That's always the danger that you run when I'm playing these kind of games. Like, I'm not good enough to literally just forgive everything and always, find myself into another good position. Like, some of them, you let one really, really good one go and could be in trouble later. Because stronger you get, the less your opponents are going to be making those kind of, mistakes, right? I have to capture that, obviously. If I play here, he plays there, and then the push, and then, yeah, because it's got 3 liberties. It's got the 3 liberties, the libertinews. Go ahead and drop down for some corner stuffs. Some corner stuffly doodles. I'll go ahead and defend here because we can do the clampy times. Well, I could play here. Is that I mean, might as well. Be careful, because once this liberty's gone, there's an Atari into an Atari into an Atari. So we're dead here. Gotta be careful of that little guy. So no pushing here and then being like, okay, time to play away. We're not doing that. No siree. I don't know, let's defend. From here, though, pretty straight forward shot towards endgame. So we'll just go ahead and fast forward on to there.
Spielbesprechung gestartet.
Alright, so we're here at the end of the wonderful game. Pretty straightforward. He dropped down, which is something you don't very often see nowadays. That, however, didn't really do much. Very unfortunate for him. He could go ahead and play here, nice and simple and solid. That'd be fantastic, and we continue on our game. We decided to go ahead and play here and get some extra. Unfortunately, the problem with this move is this one. Because if your goal here is to use this as the influence, it's really easy to reduce this area if you don't fix the defect, the huge defect in this wall like so. Now, yes, if you do that, there's now this one as well, but this is just one of the reasons why the drop down here kind of isn't seen very often nowadays. There are a couple of really annoying ways to reduce it, and dealing with it is not the easiest thing in the world. Now, this we'd never see anymore either, because the cut point that you leave behind by doing this is not insignificant. Like, this is a thing that you can do, and you're just gonna take the corner now. And that is a really, really huge play. Because at this point, we essentially can see that our opponent approached us and picked up like 15 points of territory. That's not the end of the world per se, but it's not really ideal. And we could just go ahead and play the other variation, just not give 15 points away. So, okay, 15 points away. And then the influence, this was just insane. Like, he was going for influence, and then he gave me influence. Suddenly, I now have more influence than him. Now he's struggling against my influence. Ugh. 3-3, man. You gotta be careful. You really, really do. Like, a lot of people are playing it because they're conned into thinking that it's a really, really simple variation. I don't know how else to tell ya other than to repeatedly show you that it's not. Like, this was the start of Black's loss. Because he stopped growing, he gave me all the tools I needed to negate his growing and attack him for having the possibility to grow. Gave me a weak group. And then from here, it's just, we got 2 weak groups. Just wasn't handled well. Unfortunate. And then, yeah, there was never any, like, doing anything here. I don't think. Like, even if you just played, like, here, this probably works, because this is hard to do, man. Like, that's not gonna work, right? So you're gonna play this one instead, and then to this one. Like, you can do this one because that's a problem. I suppose, but we're rapidly getting to the point where nobody cares anymore. Because here, I mean, that looks like kind of looking like a Kofor corner stuff here, huh? It's very difficult. Long story short, it's just a mess. And then here we were able to build again, same thing here. Very, very important for him to for him to Atari me first before doing that. Since he did this one, that's just once again very awkward snapback. Very awkward indeed. And then here, I think the game is just over. I think here the game is just over because there's just like too many things you can do here. We can attack this group because this unfortunately needs to be like over in here somewhere. But the downside of that is there's still stuff in here. There's still clamps up in here. There's still the surrounding times down in this area too. It's just, what's the estimate right now? Guesstimator? Guesstimator doesn't have a clue. It's killing this off for reasons I don't understand. Yeah, Guesstimator's just stupid. And then here, let's see what the shape should have been. It's just been here. I should have just played here, have him play there, and then just, let's run this again. Yeah, I think just creating a, the cutting point here was just silly. We play here. If he plays out, this is acceptable because we can just go ahead and Atari this straight down into nothing. Not a great big deal. Not a great big deal at all. And then somewhere in the late game, there was that extra end game thing you might have seen me hovering on. Yeah, he was going over into playing here, right? And then he played this one. Unfortunately, that does bad things for him because we got that one. And then that's an Atari over there. So a bit awkward there. In fact, from here, you could also go ahead and do the Atari for the Ko on that one. A lot of bad Aji. Anyway, hope you enjoyed today's game, and as always, I'll see you next time with some more influence during this month of May.